The trip really takes on a new feeling now that this canoe issue has reared its head. That's the problem.
Oh no! Oh no!
Beauty. Look at it, it's like clouding the air. Oh, the tree! You go that way! I touched your foot, it creeped me out.
Okay.
Black flies have really come on here. A large animal has been marking its territory here along the trail. There are a few poops. Pretty distinct paw marks on the mud here. Always a headwind on Santoy. It's getting dark now and this lake is hundreds of feet deep. We can't wait to get off of it. So we ended up doing probably only 25 kilometers yesterday, as opposed to our 40 plan. But that's okay because we were worried about thunderstorms today, and right now there's blue sky. Sprinkled a little this morning, but seems to be fine for travel. So we're eating oatmeal for all 4 meals on this trip, and I forgot pretty much the most important part, which is the blueberries.
Uh-oh. Snowy goose.
Oh. Erin and I are going to brew up some white cedar leaf tea to wash down that bland oatmeal. Although white cedar tea is a little bland too, but it's not bad, it's nice. I haven't made it in a while, but as I recall, you pick the greenest, newest leaves off the cedar tree right at the ends. Just drag your fingers over the tip to pull off only the leaves, not the twig. I'm taking these off of a larger cedar. There are tons of small ones here. But that would be kind of devastating for them, but just picking a little here, a little there, you don't want to wipe out a campsite. Got them cup stuffed with them and that should be good. Boil these for less than 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. Little debris, that's okay. Cheers.
Cheers. My first sip of tea. It's good.
Mm-hmm. There's like a little bit of spice to it.
Mm-hmm. Still pretty hot.
Mm-hmm. Chock full of vitamin C.
Mm-hmm.
Would you make it again?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would.
Yeah, it's pretty good tea.
It's more flavor than I thought.
Yeah, I know.
Than I expected.
Yeah. White pine tea I find a lot more bland.
Yeah.
I really prefer this. Got a good headwind today. Oh wow. Good thing we followed the V. Could not see those rocks. Cast? We're at the next rapid. On Kevin Callan's map, it's listed as a Class 2 check before running, CBR. And on this excellent detailed map, it says the best approach is to line down river right and then hop in for the haystacks at the end. So that's our plan. Looks runnable so far.
Yeah.
We kind of felt like we could have run that one with a plastic canoe for sure, but our canoe's pretty banged up. We're down to Kevlar in one part of it, so probably best that we lined it and just ran the end. The map says that this rapid is going to get pretty bouldery in low water, so we're just back paddling here and scoping it out. The current's not overpowering here. What do you think? You want to just wait it?
Yeah, wait it.
Oh, it's a little deeper than you think. Hold on. Back pedal. Off to the side here.
Wonder if we can run it right through here.
I don't know. We have to scout it first if we're going to, though.
Okay.
Yep. We might have to get around this little thing lipping here.
Yeah.
So you paddle on your right side for just a second, and then we'll cut back to the right. Okay. Paddle, paddle.
Right?
Yep. Ledge there.
Yeah, what?
There's our friends. We gotta fish that one. It's funny, 2 years ago when I did this route, I spent 12 days without seeing a soul except on the access lake. But this time we got some friends from Terrace Bay. Nice. Fish on. Wow. It's a fighter. There he goes. Bonafide classic. Non-calzones. Onion, bell pepper, mushroom, spinach. It's gonna be good. Mmm. Good. Oh. Little walleye?
Yeah.
Nice. Gorgeous tamarack hanging over the water here. We were just paddling past it and we noticed the whole tree is covered in little orangey red cones. Beautiful. It's been such a lovely day. The weather turned pretty nice aside from a few sprinkles. And we're just among these very old trees, paddling swift after swift. Just heard thunder in the distance. We're probably half an hour away from our camp, so we're picking up the pace. it gets closer, we'll have to pull over to the shore. We're starting to hear the falls now, Rainbow Falls. It's one of the highlights of the whole route. A little steep here.
Yeah.
You can get on this beach and the falls are right there.
Wrong way.
Right before we got here and started rolling the cameras, an eagle flew right over here. It was epic. So this campsite is 2/3 of the way down this portage, which is only 350 meters in total. And it was brutal. There's something wrong with the canoe. I think there's water in the front cavity, and portaging it with just even a few pounds of weight right on the end is brutal. And we have most of the portages left to come, so this is gonna be interesting.
We are at the end of day 2. We had another good day today. We slept in a little bit because there was forecast for some rain, so just enjoyed our morning. Got on the lake about noon. Had a nice day paddling with sprinkled showers here and there, but otherwise pretty good. And now we're at our site at Rainbow Falls, and it's in the bush actually in between the portage. So consequently there's lots of bugs. They were atrocious before we got the fire going, but even just a little fire has helped keep them out a bit. So we're just setting up camp and enjoying some cheese and crackers and gonna have a good evening.
That's the problem. I don't know how to get that water out. It's on the end here where the Kevlar is pretty badly exposed, and it's been hit as well too. I can feel it's a little damaged. So evidently water is getting in here into the cavity. The trip really takes on a new feeling now that this canoe issue has reared its head. The rest of the portages are going to be really ugly. It's been such a peaceful, easy trip so far, and now the next 2 or 3 days are probably going to be a lot different. So being in separate hammocks with your partner is strange, but in this case, feel that?
Yeah.
We're both attached to one tree, so we can nudge each other a little bit. It's only 9:30 and there's plenty of light out, but we can't really go anywhere right now, do anything. We're not on the water, so we're just gonna try and get an early start tomorrow. Well, I've never repaired a canoe before, not properly. You can see some Bondo on here, which I've used to try and reinforce the keel, which takes the most beating. So I'm going to be super gluing some birch bark onto here and then putting some Gorilla Tape over it. It's all that I can think of based on what I have. And I'm just trying to prevent a serious gouge. Like, I'm worried about it going through the Kevlar at this point. So I'm just trying to cover the Kevlar. It's going to leak. The water in here is going to stay. It's just going to suck. But there's nothing I can do about that right now that I know how to do anyway. So this is just going to have to do the trick. Just mad at myself for not dealing with this earlier. I should have repaired the keel much earlier, years ago, honestly. The problem with the water being in the front is that it's constantly pulling the front end down, so I'm having to push it up, which is just so much harder than you would imagine. So we're going to try and, it's not just necessarily the weight of it, it's just the balance. A canoe has a certain balance when you're portaging it, and you want the back end to be just slightly heavier and the front end to stick up. So we're going to put some weight on the back end, hang some weight off of it, our water bottles to start, and my day pack maybe, and hopefully that'll help at least with the balance. So I've got those 2 water bottles hanging there, and the fishing rods, the reels, are back there as well. Here goes nothing. Here goes nothing. I think that might be helping. Yeah. Sweet. Right now seems much better. Good. That would be a huge relief. Oh, that is a huge relief. The fact that, like, a canoe should be able to balance with no hands, right? More or less. And now with those water bottles, it's doing just that again. That is a big relief. Fresh moose tracks over there. Maybe time for some brook trout. Oh, nothing like thinking you had a brookie and it's a pike.
We're going hunting for brookies. Oh no! Oh no! Oh!
I think this is the pool we want. Yep, fish on. Yep. Oh, it's pike again! You're kidding me. hard, hard, hard. Yep.
Okay, try and go right. Hard.
Okay. Okay, we'll push this. Just don't dip your paddle in. Let's try not to spook them. Just drift down inconspicuously. Nothing to see here, brookies. This is the worst timing for the canoe to give it on the bottom. Every swift now in low water, we have to be super cautious and we could just wait it. It's unfortunate. Walleye! Hey, back to walleye. After a bunch of pike. Yeah, looked like it. Oh, nice. Nice walleye. Nice.
A nice walleye.
Beauty.
Yeah.
Just in this deeper pool here.
And it was the cast after last cast.
Yeah. I think I said last cast, and then you took one, and then you took one more.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Good instincts, hon.
Thank you.
Another walleye. Decent. There he goes. Perfect. There's a moose walking up there. Beautiful. Oh, there's a calf too. Probably went off into the bush.
Yeah, right.
Oh, is that them? No. Oh yeah, yeah. Beautiful. Okay, back paddle. Just got a calf, so you have to be careful. Beautiful. Oh, look how little that calf is. Oh, so cute. Such a small calf.
So small.
Oh, just grunting at us.
Yeah.
Can you get us away from these trees?
Oh, I thought I was going to, are we going to try and ask them?
Sorry?
I was going to try and...
Oh, okay. Yeah. She doesn't like us.
No.
I just want her to take her time and get out of there.
Yeah. Oh, look at this little cow.
Oh, they can't get through the branches. Oh. There you go, little fella. How are you so small?
It looks like it was born yesterday.
It looks like it was just born and it's mid-July. Oh, that's adorable. I'm not gonna hurt you. There you go.
Oh.
Wow. Just oblivious. Mom's like, come on, we're going. It's like, what? Why?
It looks like a fox.
It does. It looks more like a fawn almost. Oh. It's so awkward on its legs. It must have been born really late.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
is so awkward. Little guy just can't make it up the banks. And Mom knows it. We certainly don't want to get close to them. Cow can be very defensive. She comes back for a look.
Yeah.
This could really delay us. We need them to get out.
Yeah.
Wonder how it got up that bank. Mama took the baby up right up in there. I don't know how it got up that bank. It seemed to have real trouble with any kind of a bank.
Maybe it was just stress. More stress.
Didn't seem too stressed. Like, that's a steep bank. I don't know how it got up that. That was lovely. Magical. Thank you guys. These birds are nesting right up in here. Really cool. Never seen that before. Can't remember what those are called, like bank swallows or something. It's actually, whoa! Look at it, it's like clouding the air. All right.
Feet first.
Feet first?
Always feet first.
Yeah?
Well, yeah, because if you hit anything, you want to hit with your feet, not your noggin.
I think we're clear.
Let's
okay,
go.
let's do this. Feels shallow.
Feels chilly now.
I know. Oh, what a couple of chickens.
1, 2.
Just sit.
Ah!
Oh, 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 that's cool. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh, that's refreshing.
feels good. Ow, see?
Oh, there it's deeper.
Okay.
Oh. Oh, the tree! You go that way! I touched your foot, it creeped me out. Whoa! 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 Ah! What happened to this lazy river? This is a bust. Ah, it's too many logs. Okay, that was fun. We had our fun. Clothes needed a rinse and we were starting to overheat. That was nice. Burritos again. Just drying off from our dip. It's hot and sunny. It's another awesome day. We haven't hit a portage yet though. First log jam. A common concern for paddlers on this route is that there's no campsite south of Rainbow Falls. There actually is a nice one here at this first port, but no one seems to use it. There's not even a fire pit. Log jams are pretty awesome.
I'm just at the end of one of the ports after one of the log jams. The ports are pretty easy. They're only a couple hundred meters, so they're not too long. The only challenge really is behind us. Getting in and out of them is really steep, but otherwise they're not too bad, and the bugs are out in force tonight, so that's a bit of a pain, but overall, as far as ports go, it's pretty easy going.
Finding some wild strawberries here. Tiny. They're good. A little tart.
Mm-hmm. Not quite ripe, but they're so good when they're ripe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good. I had to hop in, so John's got a load. Again, just these steep banks are a bit tricky, but we'll figure it out. Thanks, son. And I don't know if you can see the bugs or not, but they're here.
Black flies have really come on here. Second log jam behind us, and pretty vertical bank here to climb up for the port. Okay. Oh boy, yeah, it's quicksandy. A large animal has been marking its territory here along the trail. There are a few poops with some hair in it. Probably wolf, could be bear. Another staggered along the trail.
It's late in the day. We're in the middle of a portage and we need to find camp. And John's busy filming wolf poop.
Early for berry season, but we're getting the odd one. These early raspberries are just bursting with flavor. Really good.
Yeah.
Pretty distinct paw marks on the mud here at the end of the portage. So we found where we're gonna make camp for the night. The bugs we just need to escape from, so we're gonna call it a day. Real nice spot beneath the cliffs. It's not a campsite, but with the hammocks we can get them up in the trees here.
Look forward to it. Oof. Oh, these bugs will be nice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it smells so nice. You're getting that dill pickle smell?
Yeah, I am. It's funny, eh? Quite distinct.
We've got the wolf tracks here too, along with moose. And we are just up in there. Maybe something will come trotting along in the morning. Just a spectacular sight. Love this.
We need 2 logs to rest this log on. I'm going to give you a quick tour of our site last night and this morning. So we've got this amazing beachfront property. Don't mind the mess. Our fireplace, a bench, our fishing point. And then if we go upstairs, we got our bedrooms. It's a bit of a climb. Here's where John lives. He's got a nice spacious bug room and hammock. And right next door, whoops, caught on a cord through the cedar. It's my crib. I've got the Hennessy. It's got nice, lots of room. Give you a peek inside. It's pretty spacious. My bed's not made, but that's okay. And that's where we spent the evening. It was quite lovely. Back down, the view of the cliffs. It's tucked away upstairs.
First 2 nights I didn't put in my sleeping pad in here and it was too cold. I had the little reflector sheet, but that wasn't enough. I slept so much better last night with this in here. I feel like a new man today.
What?
We look like we're in a coffee commercial.
I feel like I'm in a coffee commercial.
We looked at each other and smiled. Smelled children are running in the distance happily.
Yeah.
We're on our porch.
Yeah.
Or veranda. Actually, that's better for a coffee commercial. A veranda.
Okay.
And the kids are playing in the green, well-cut grass.
The white picket fence.
That does smell good.
Yeah.
Sip. That's pretty good.
It was good for instant coffee with powdered milk.
It's quite smooth.
Yeah.
Satisfying.
I'm satisfied.
It's very good. Little walleye. Oh, just lost it. The patches from yesterday morning held pretty well. Obviously the tape got a little beat up, but I just don't want the Kevlar in there to get smashed by rocks, which isn't really a concern anymore. We're not running any more rapids at this point, but it's certainly not waterproof. We are taking on a bit of water, but we've been bailing it out. This is doing the trick for now. Back to the powdered peanut butter this morning with our oatmeal. Got that idea from Northern Scavenger's video recently. Thanks, Noah. Never heard of this stuff before. It's real convenient back here. 2 casts, 2 snags. Good start.
I got it free myself.
When we're casting, we've mostly been using paddle tails like this, curly tail as well, and almost all of our luck has come from casting. Trolling has done very little for us on this trip. Maybe got 1 or 2 fish trolling, and the vast majority of them casting beneath swifts and rapids. Nice. Little walleye?
Looks like it. Yep.
Do you need the net? Or pliers?
No.
Good patient. The canoe. Oh.
This is what happens when you fish downstream of a log jam. Lots of snags. A couple fish.
This big cedar fell evidently pretty recently. It hasn't been cleared at all. So we're just going to clear a little path here through the side. Put it after so it doesn't end up going back into it. You're free.
You're free.
I release you!
Obviously, we could have just taken our packs out and lifted over that pretty easily, but we wanted to do our part for the route so the next people that pass don't have to worry about it. So we took the time to cut through so it's not an obstruction for future paddlers.
There was a portage sign back there, and there's old remnants of a log jam here, but it looks like it's been blown out. You're killing it!
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Hold on. Use your hand.
Oh, okay. Something like that, buddy.
Doing a little scenic detour into Larry Lake, which hopefully follows this creek clearly through to the lake. It's good so far. Interesting. Huge marsh.
Yeah.
He's got a weird kink in his tail.
I know. Got a weird sideways waddle too.
Yeah. It's a super shallow lake. It's pretty wide and with reasonably steep slopes, but then the lake itself is really shallow. It's unusual. Full of reeds. It's so lush in here, it almost feels foreign. I feel like we've gone to another land suddenly. Back to the river.
Yeah. We think this is our last portage, and it's nice and clear. I'm lucky because the food barrel is pretty much empty. It just has KD and oatmeal in it because tomorrow's our last day. So it's nice and easy for me. Poor John has the canoe with all the water in it, but he's big and tough, so he's got it.
That's what's been keeping the canoe balanced, with the water weight up front.
In behind us, we can see the Beaver Mansion. It's the biggest of all the beaver homes. Very luxurious. You can see he's even got a pool in the backyard. And there's lots of space for plenty of beavers to live, but believe it or not, it's just one beaver family that lives in this whole mansion, even though there's room for more. And most beavers live in much more modest homes. But I guess they're what you would call the 1%.
Giant cedars. Just giants.
And we're not even on the west coast.
Yeah, these are huge cedars for Ontario. This log jam just goes and goes and goes. Thousands of mature trees. Always a headwind on Santoy. It's always interesting on Santoy. We've got a mild headwind right now. It's manageable, but it's 10 kilometers long as the pro flies. So we have tomorrow, but we're going to try and tackle it now and camp at the south end, because tomorrow could just be a lot worse. It's 7:45 right now. but I think we can get there in 2 hours, hopefully less. Just stopped for a little snack. 8:30, still have 8 kilometers to go. This lake is just evil. It's joyless, heartless. I hate it. The reason we're pushing this tonight is our 4-day-old forecast said that there would be a strong headwind on Santoy tomorrow, along with potentially thunderstorms. And I got windbound here the last time I was here, so I'm definitely looking to avoid that. So this is the lesser of two evils.
The lake couldn't feel more different from the river. In the river, it was just, we felt kind of protected. We had the current with us, even if there was a headwind. Out here, it's just huge and it feels really unforgiving. The headwinds died down a bit, but it's just such a different feeling. Still gorgeous though.
It's getting dark now, and this lake is hundreds of feet deep. We can't wait to get off of it.
Pretty much dark. We've lost almost all the light and we're still on the water. We're close though, so we're gonna get back to the vehicles tonight and probably end up crashing in one of them because it's too far of a drive and it's late. By the time we get back to the second car, it'll be too late to drive after a long day on the water, so we'll head to bed soon. We've pretty much lost all the light. It's after 10 now. We've been on the water for over 12 hours probably, but we're close to getting where we need to be, so we'll just be happy to be off this lake. And we did finally get a forecast, and it's forecast for thunder showers all day tomorrow, so we're really happy not to have to paddle it in that.
It's after 10:30 now, and we're just approaching the dock. Just another classic day on Santoy. Well, we're sleeping in the back of my car tonight. I'm not gonna make it to Erin's car. It's another hour away. We're tired, and it's dark out. So.
It's about midnight almost, or 11.
Yeah, it's almost midnight.
Yeah.
It's good enough for a day. It's a great trip. Really special one.
Sure was.
I think we'll sleep pretty comfortably in here. No hammock.